Hello everybody. In this part we'll talk about the diaphragm. The diaphragm is an important respiratory muscle. So we will try to define the diaphragm and its origin, insertion, openings, and nerve supply. The diaphragm is a double-domed musculotendinous partition separating the thoracic and abdominal cavity. So this is another important for the diaphragm. It separates the thoracic and abdominal cavity, and this is why some structures need to pass from the thorax to the abdomen or from the abdomen to the thorax. It is a double dome. It has two domes and it is musculo-tendinous. It has muscular part and tendinous part partition separating, as we mentioned, the thoracic and the abdominal cavity. The diaphragm is the chief inspiratory muscle. It is a chief inspiratory muscle doing a lot of action in inspiration. As we mentioned, it is double dome. It has left and right domes, and it has a central tendon. This is the right dome of the diaphragm. This is the left dome. Here, between the two domes, we have a central tendon. We'll see it in other pictures. The diaphragm is like a parachute. Some anatomists resemble it to a parachute. This is right dome, left dome, and in between here we have a central tendon here. This white structure is the central tendon. I can see the domes are muscular. Uh, for the attachment of the diaphragm, it originates from the sternum, from the posterior part of the xiphoid process. It has costal origin from the lower six costal cartilages and ribs, and it has a lumbar origin from the lumbar vertebrae, and this in form of medial and lateral arcuate ligaments and left and right crura. These medial and lateral arcuate ligaments from which diaphragm originate, and the right and left crura, these are from the lumbar vertebra. So the the diaphragm is from the sternum, from the ribs and the costal cartilage, and from lumbar vertebra, while the central tendon has no bony attachment. It just joins the left and right domes. So if we are looking from above, this is posterior part, this is anterior part. It originates from the posterior part of the xiphoid process, then it goes from the lower six vertebrae and from the arcuate ligament here, and then from the crura. These are the right and left crura. You can see them here. These are the right crura. They are three, like the three lobes of the lung, while from the left here we have two crura. Okay. In between these crura here, we have a ligament which is called the median arcuate ligament, and behind this ligament past the aorta. The diaphragm has no origin from the median arcuate ligament, but it has origin from, this is the medial arcuate ligament, and this is the lateral arcuate ligament. They are above these two muscles, psoas major and quadratus lumborum. Arcuate means arch-like here. These are the medial and this is the lateral. Then from the ribs, then from the xiphoid. These are the origin of the diaphragm. The central tendon is clover leaf-like. It is attached to the pericardium, or the pericardium attached to it superiorly from above. You can see here, these are the right dome. This is the left dome. This is the part of the central tendon. This is the pericardium. The pericardium attached to the central tendon. This is the central tendon, and as we said, it is clover leaf-like. This is the clover leaf. The nerve supply of the diaphragm, it is from the phrenic nerve, which is from C3, C4, and C5, but mainly C4. And this is important because if the phrenic nerve is injured, the side of the diaphragm supplied will be paralyzed and the inspiration will be paralyzed. Okay, so it will affect inspiration. So it is very important to consider this nerve C4, which supplies the diaphragm. Each side has its own phrenic nerve. So if we have paralysis of one nerve, the other side will be working, but half of the power will be lost. This is the right phrenic nerve. This is the left phrenic nerve. Okay, when you will study the thoracic cavity, you will study these parts. As we mentioned, the diaphragm separates the thoracic and abdominal cavities, and we have openings which allow passage of structures. We have three main openings: the aortic opening, which allow the passage of the aorta, the azygos, and the thoracic duct. We have an esophageal opening, which is for the esophagus with arteries and veins, and we have caval opening for the inferior vena cava and the right phrenic nerve. We have other small openings, but are not so important. The important ones are the three ones. This is the aortic opening, in which we can see main three structures: the aorta, the thoracic duct, and the azygos vein. Here we have the esophageal opening with its arteries and veins, and we have here the inferior vena cava opening with the right phrenic nerve. Okay, if you have any question, just send them to me in the channel, and I will be happy to answer them. Okay, thank you for your attention. We talked about the diaphragm view in completion of the chest wall. Thank you very much.